All right, welcome to spoilers. And obviously, I hate this film. So let's get this out of the, let's address the elephant in the room. There is no elephant. Basically, Captain Gantu was not in the film. How can you screw this up? A main villain. It's like me going like, there is no Darth Sidious in Star Wars. It's just Anakin turning to the dark side on his own.
It was basically what they did with Mulan, right? Where it wasn't like...
Yeah, exactly.
It was like all serious.
Or let's just say there is no freaking Scar in Mufasa. It's just tigers attacking the village, and that's it. Wow. Basically, and the only one that they did the one thing that they try to do is changing the villain to Jumba. And that is character assassination right there.
Yeah, isn't he? Yeah.
Because Jumba was supposed to be like his experiment, and he created this little blue demon of one thing, of being this destructible force. But after when Stitch was becoming more aware of it, what he was doing, and he was turning to a different kind of light, Jumba was taking notice of that in the animation. He was looking at it and studying it and was like, this is unbelievable. I never saw this happen before. Like, I thought I actually made the killing machine. Yeah, and I'm just really pissed off about this because there's so much things that the animation did right. Like, they took away the ugly duckling story. They took away the Hoana. What's a Hoana, boy? What did they try to do with this freaking word in...
They only talked about it, but they even seemed confused in the film.
Exactly.
In the beginning, even in the beginning where they're like, she's like, I don't know, it's this, because I think she said, there's a scene in the bedroom where they talk about that. Yeah. I think where she pulls her and she says, you're my Ohana or whatever.
Yeah. And they tried making a joke out of it. It's like Ohana is like something to do with family.
Oh, the Lilo, yeah.
Yeah, and then she gets hit in the face in the fridge because, this is supposed to be a serious moment, but we can't make it too serious. We got to make it light-hearted and funny. Because we're Disney, we like to screw this up. And Lilo and Stitch was supposed to be this one thing that's supposed to be really heartwarming and actually supposed to be, it kind of strings your emotions around. And there's a reason why I was tearing up in some of these scenes. And I saw other, YouTube reactions. Actually, people were crying in this film.
The original, right?
Yeah, the original animation. But in this one, there's none of it. Like, they were almost unbearable if it wasn't for Stitch acting the way that he is. As usual, chaotic ways. So either way, let's go to the beginning, boy. What happened to the beginning?
I mean, in the beginning, it starts literally in space, which is really probably the best part of the film, at least from what I saw.
And it was fast.
Wasn't it longer?
Yeah, because Captain
Gantu
wasn't there.
Oh, so it was literally, it just popped off.
Yeah, it did. He managed to escape from the robot that shoots at him, and then he just left.
I did like the part where, like, I mean, I really didn't like Zach Gaff or whatever as Jumba. I was like,
I think it was a miscast.
It was a big miscast. It's just his voice acting for the character didn't seem like legit or anything. Anyways,
oh no, and believe it or not, when I saw like behind the scenes, because I was curious, like, why wouldn't you do he had an accent.
Yeah, that's
like a Russian accent.
I remember the accent too. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently he said he didn't know why either. I'll put it up in the video too. He even said, like, I don't know why they didn't want me to do some sort of accent. Like, I actually told them, like, shouldn't I do an accent? And they said, the showrunners told him, like, no.
It shows in the movie that was, like, a big downfall. I feel like it would have been really cool. Actually,
it would have been
nice. The character.
And for some reason, they're just making stupid jokes while we talked about it.
It's just, his character is just very unlikable. But going back to it, I like the scene when Stitch is there. They have a very short trial, and they exile him. Stitch?
No, he just escapes.
No, but they say they exile him.
Oh, they were going to leave him to his fate because he was going to this watering planet that turns out to be Earth that they thought he was going to drown. But realized that he was going to land on a Pacific island that was Hawaii.
Yeah, which is like...
And they're ready to blow up Earth too. Yeah. It's like, it don't matter. They just blow up Earth until Pickley came up because he's like some sort of research.
Yeah, something with mosquitoes.
Well, because this is the funny part. Because in the animation, they talk about, like, and this is what stays true to it, is like Pickley was there to protect the habits of what mosquitoes eat, and they eat humans. They thought that mosquitoes were endangered species.
Oh, what, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I don't remember that.
See, that's what makes it so clever. It goes back around from the animation, but they never addressed it. in the live adaptation. Okay. They never do because Disney don't know squat. And obviously when that happened, that's when Bickley said is like, we can't, the mosquitoes are endangered. We had to go ourselves and actually get it. And obviously she's like, all right, fine. You and Jumba go get this, 626.
And they're off. It starts with Lilo actually feeding a damn fish a damn sandwich.
What do you call it?
I don't
remember. Puffish.
Yeah. Anyway, she's late.
It was tradition. It's in the animation too.
Yeah,
she tries to explain it because the animation is so dear to me, and she tried doing this one in the live adaptation. It worked a little bit too, because she's like every year she does this tradition. No,
she did say that. And then, but she gets bullied.
Oh yeah, and obviously she pushes her really hard.
Yeah, so when they're performing, this is where it shows to Nani. Nani was running. She dropped a pamphlet of her school. I guess that she got accepted to. But her car died.
Yep.
So her car battery died, and that's where it goes to Lilo with her being pissed off, or not pissed off, but like being like sad. Yeah. She's not there, so she's messing up, and that's when she gets bullied and pushes her.
And that's a part that was like, she wasn't, she was there waiting for Nani, but obviously because the teacher is confronting the one girl that she pushed.
Yeah.
And they were telling like, what's wrong with her? Doesn't she have parents? And that's heartbreaking, I should say.
Yeah.
That she doesn't have parents. The only one she has left is Nani, her sister.
Her
sister has to take care of her while she's trying to take care of herself. And that's a big responsibility because she had to grow up all by herself.
Yeah.
And taking care of a kid is just adding more problems to the table. And that's what they show in the animation so very well. Nani was such a great she wasn't a good caretaker, but she was trying her best. Because guess what? Child services are trying to take her away.
Social services. Okay.
Yeah. The civil rights and all that stuff. And, what happened after that, boy?
Well, they show up.
Yeah.
Or she shows up. But she's mad at her because she didn't show up. And she's like, oh, your life is so hard. Basically, Lilo saying that to Nani. But that's when they show up. Or she shows up. Which I assume she's a big part in the film. In this film.
The lady is just one time.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, you have this whole scene where they go back and that it's basically showing that Nani's unfit.
Yeah, exactly.
But the social worker knows they recently lost their parents and that she's trying to get a hold. She has no groceries. She has no food. Well, yeah, no groceries.
She has
bills that she needs to pay, and she has no insurance.
And basically, these are the things that you're supposed to take care of, so you could order to take care of a younger kid. Like you're supposed to be the take care, like basically the main bread of the household, and she can't do it because obviously she's having a hard time. And this is the part where she was trying to get in the house, and obviously she does manage to get in. And this is where the part where we actually start seeing them talking like, look, like I know things must be hard for you, but we have to stay together like a family, Juana. If not, and we will probably not see each other again. But she doesn't get it. She's still a kid.
Yeah, she's trying to figure it out.
Yeah, she's trying to get it. She doesn't understand. They had a fight. She's like, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So they start screaming each other pillows. Yeah, and this is the part where Nani came with the pizza. When she came into the room to go
It wasn't pizza.
It wasn't pizza? What was it?
They were sliders.
Oh, sliders.
Yeah.
Okay, sliders.
Yeah, it was. She brought her sliders. She bit it, which I noticed this too. She ate it, and she's like, you don't have to eat it if you don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
She allegedly spit it out, but I didn't see that they... it didn't look like she spit anything out.
Yeah.
Like, if you paid attention, clearly. I mean, I don't know what the whole thing was, but yeah, anyways, she brought her sliders and
it's just showing that she can't cook. And, she's
trying.
She's trying. And obviously they have this heartwarming moment that, she still needs to be better, and she's trying to make her understand that, maybe this may not work out, or maybe it is. Like, they're just going to have to keep on trying until you see a shooting star coming, and it's Stitch.
Yeah, he's crashing.
He's crashing to Earth, and then you see Lilo going like, "Oh, it's a shooting star! I call it! Yeah, get out!" And then she was basically making her wish. And do you remember that wish?
She just wanted a best friend.
Exactly. Like, I want a nice,
which Nani did here,
an angel that comes straight from heaven to be my friend.
An angel.
Exactly. This is the part where you see Stitch all like laughing and going, what Stitch does. chaotic. And this is the part where I'm kind of a little mad because they don't give him his guns.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Didn't he have lasers and stuff like that?
Yeah, he did. He had like 4 guns. And he was like bothering a frog because he was going to shoot him. But adorable, the frog, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he didn't know where he was at.
The only time I saw Stitch try to grab something is later in the scene, which we'll go over. But he crashes, but he's being zapped because Jamba was zapping him with the tracker.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And he's like, don't do that, that's a tracker. He's like, I already know how to track him.
Yeah.
Because Stitch eventually breaks it off of him.
Yeah.
And he sees Cake and he goes to that wedding. While that's happening, John was like, they're like, how are we going to find him? He's like, you're going to fall to destruction.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I know how to get 626. Anyways, it goes back to Stitch. They have this whole scene. I don't even know if it was in the...
It wasn't.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I was confused. Yeah. I was like, God damn it. Because I just saw the animation.
Yeah,
it's kind of going...
Yeah, well, there's this whole scene where Stitch is just destroying the whole restaurant because he wants a piece of cake.
Yeah. I mean, which, in the beginning, I don't think he really liked cake.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess this one he does, but whatever.
Well, anyways, it was like just a whole lot of unfunny scenes. It was like this girl hitting everyone with the damn mop and stuff like that. Yeah. But anyways, Stitch ends up getting run over.
Yeah.
By a bus, which I don't know if that happened in the anime.
Yeah, he gets run over almost immediately.
Oh, but he ends up in the pound too.
Yeah,
right?
he does.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so that rings a bell. But he gets run over. There's Cake over. Next scene, it's Lilo.
Yeah, Lilo is there trying to go see if she could go pet
some doggies. Apparently, she goes there often.
Yeah, she does there, but in the animation, she was there to buy one.
Oh, really?
Dog. Yeah.
Okay.
But it didn't matter. She was there to just go say hi to the normal dogs to give them candy. And obviously the caretaker of the dogs goes like, "No, Lilo, empty your pockets because I know what you're going to try to do is feed the dogs with candy.
Give them diarrhea.
Give them diarrhea." You're supposed to laugh at this part. Yeah, I chuckled. I was like, funny.
No.
Way to go, Disney. You got a smile out of me. She went in there, and obviously she was looking around, like, all the dogs, but they were afraid because Stitch was basically there and kind of moving around. And, of course, he noticed that Jumba and Peakley were there as well, like, ready to shoot him. But, obviously, he found out that he's going to have to legitimately use these humans as shields.
Yeah, he basically learned that.
Yeah.
Which I think Jumba says he's, like, learning or something.
Yeah, he's learning.
No, I don't know if he was learning, but he was like... I don't remember what he said. Because I guess they can't hurt humans or something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly, because Peakley won't let him.
Yeah.
This is the part where he basically deformed into like a koala, but he looks more of a koala than anything else. But he tried to be as a dog, and she loved him. And she's like...
But he talks only to her, right?
And this is the part where I kind of got upset because instead of Lilo and Nani going to get this dog, it's Lilo and the granny. Yeah. So it takes away in the neighbor, which takes away good moments of Nani because obviously they were discussing like maybe a dog would be good for Lilo to take care of.
They did mention it, yeah.
But in this one, it's the grandma that's like, you're gonna have this dog. Enjoy.
Yeah, like and how Nani I like my goat.
Yeah, Nani was like, "What are you doing? We can't take care of this dog.
We're gonna return him."
Yeah, it's like. And I know she was part of the animation. She was supposed to be the other granny, but I'm just like, no, I don't want her here. Why is she here? Leave. Yeah, I just don't like the granny. She was more of a nuisance than anything else. And obviously she had the beginning of the goat scene thing.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just like, I hate you. Like, I don't like saying that, but I really don't like you. Like, you ruined the film for me the most.
Damn.
She did. And
I hear what happened.
It's just annoying. It's just like she takes away another about Juana and just it did not make sense, and I don't like it. But obviously, she's the one who got the dog for her, and she's like this. You'll find out like maybe a dog is what you need because it'll bring the family together. And I'm just like, what are you doing? It's not what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about them, Nani and Lilo's.
Not. Yeah.
Bonding together to get this dog so she could show them the responsibility that she needs to take. But no. So what happened after is the granny did that and she said...
she brought her. She's like, when I'm done with work, I'm taking him home.
Yeah.
Or we're returning them.
Yeah, it's like, look at me and the goat thing. Remember she had a goat with her?
Yeah.
Like, we're a pair. And I'm like, shut up. After that, when she finally has the dog, they basically start going to the house. Or what happened after that? Do you remember? I went back to Peakley and Jumba. And they had this stupid scene where they had to blend in.
Oh, where they became humans.
Exactly. And I was like, how dare
funny.
you?
That was not funny.
It was not funny. It was not entertaining.
No.
I was mad because all he was doing is he turned into a human and he started falling down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm just like, you have 2 legs. Nothing happened to you. That was significant. Maybe you lost weight, but that's it.
For Jumba, right? Yeah.
For Jumba. And I'm just like,
it wasn't funny.
It was not funny.
It was such an unnecessary scene.
It wasn't. And obviously it was just this part where I just I didn't care about. You lost me here at this point. So I was annoyed with this scene with the whole hotel because all he does was falling through. Yeah. He had a portal gun, and obviously Peakley was telling him we're not supposed to be saying, here are the rules.
Ice cream, and it wasn't even funny.
Yeah, and I was just like, kill me now.
Which is yeah.
So yeah, this was pretty dumb. I hated it, and obviously he was telling Peakley like Stitch was gonna find out that he is stuck on this island that's basically
the hard way.
Yeah, the hard way. We're surrounded by ocean, and there he is. You know, he stole a little cart.
Yeah, he did. He's from the bullies, the sister.
Yeah,
or not the sister, the bullies that she dealt with earlier. He hot wired their cart for it could go faster. He's driving. Yeah. They see him. There's a scene where I know we kind of missed, but I guess they introduced Bubbles.
Oh, Bubbles. Yeah. Another character assassination here. You know, in the animation, you're not supposed to know that he's a CIA agent.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
You're not supposed to know that because that's what's critical in the very ending of this the movie. You're supposed to find that out. But they ruined it here because...
showed right off the rip when he's investigating the ship.
Yeah, and I'm just like, are you serious? Yeah. You're ruining this part too?
Yeah, but they barely showed him for that part, but...
It was annoying.
That's when Stitch drives the car. This is pretty much the last thing I remember. Is him driving, and then he just sees all open road. Because I guess he was going to go as far as he can.
He can, and just try to go to cities and, do chaos, but he couldn't.
Yeah.
And this is the part where basically he just couldn't... He just realized that he was stuck on this island. So he goes back into the house, because he can't do nothing. He's just there. And obviously the social workers are going to show up eventually and see what's going on when Nani lost her job.
Oh, she got lost.
Doesn't
she lose her job in the reel?
Yeah, in the animation. This one here too. But this one's kind of ridiculous because here during the job or where she was working, she had to bring Lilo there because she can't be left alone.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously Stitch was there as well. But Stitch was doing a little bit more chaotic.
What was he doing?
He was just messing around. He was eating food. He was just messing around. And this is where Lilo was telling him, like, this is where your anger is. Showed him a picture where this is your bad, like, you see this red, like, spot. This is all you that you're angry. And this is a little good that you have. And we're trying to outweigh that good without the bad. Okay. So she's trying to convert him to being good.
Stitch?
Yeah, Stitch. And you see Peakley and Jumba coming in. They're in their human form. And obviously they are. Yeah, exactly. They're there trying to get Stitch, and they have this stupid, what do you call it?
They really wanted to save money, huh?
Yeah, we call this like those blow darts.
Yeah.
They have those blow darts just trying to get him to Stitch. Obviously, it causes trouble. Everything went wire. You see David there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, David was barely in.
They showed him, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't... They just... What did David really do? Basically, almost nothing, really. He didn't even have that good surfing moment, but it didn't matter. David was there, and all he did was, just looking around, and just basically he works there. And he was trying to hit Nani. And this is where Lilo was like, oh, don't worry, David. She likes you because I read her text messages that she likes your butt.
Funny,
right? And when the whole chaotic stuff that was going on and it affected everybody, like basically,
like
everybody, because after the whole chaotic stuff with the blow dart that he was getting everybody, and everybody was falling into like
Okay. They think it was them. Is that what
it was them. But obviously that's how Nani got fired, And basically they looked at her like, you know.
Did Stitch know they were shooting at them?
Yeah, Stitch knew.
Okay, just Stitch.
Yeah, just Stitch. So after that, when she lost her job, she's like, who needs this job? And she was upset, and obviously she went back into the house and wondering like what she's going to do, how she's going to do these things. And obviously that's when Cobra Bubble comes with the lady. If you don't find a job, we're going to take Lilo tomorrow morning if you don't do that.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Because, you know, you need a job to take care of her, and obviously there's nothing going on. We're going to do this. And obviously she has to go around finding a job, but obviously Stitch keeps ruining everything. And every time when she tries to look for a job, he always does something ridiculous and everything just fucks up. David comes in and says, maybe you should do what you're good at. Teaching a class how to surf. So that's the part where she was teaching them how to do it perfectly. And this is the part where you learn that she is a really good surfer and some sort of weird training thing that she does underwater. I wish you would have seen it. Mm-hmm. Like you grab rocks and you basically go underwater and basically start running like on the sea level, like all the way in the bottom with, you know, it's just a training thing. Okay. Don't worry, it'll pay off in the ending.
Okay. Oh no.
Exactly. When I first saw that, I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like, that wasn't even the original. It's just you're just putting that out just for what? To have Nani her hero moment, and that's what it was.
Oh no.
So
let me guess, to save Stitch or something.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was ridiculous. And after that, you know, after when she basically went into like basically after the whole surfing, the class thing, they said like maybe we should go out there and surf. You know, the original surfing, we're gonna surf and just have a good time. And that's what they did because Stitch was still afraid of being, you know, because he's afraid of water. He doesn't want to go out to the sea.
Okay.
And obviously this is the part where it was really good because you get to hear the song that was popular in Lilo and Stitch. Do they fall? Oh yeah, they do fall, but I can't forget. I think it was because of Jumba and Peakley trying to get him, but that's because of the animation. I don't know if it's because the animation is the one that I remember the most.
Familiar, but like
yeah,
I would only know that if I saw.
But I know they fell, and basically Stitch was so heavy that he was drowning. David, no, not David. Lilo, and they kicked him. Because they keep thinking that Stitch was drowning him, but it didn't. So this is the part where basically he grabbed her and basically they went back to the sea and David went go after Stitch. And he managed to pull him out and take him to the surface. God damn it, because this is so different now. Because the third act, it gets really weird.
Oh, it sounds like it's...
Oh, she went to the hospital. What? That was different. In the animation, so basically... In the animation, there was this part where Bubbles was there. Cobra Bubbles was there. He saw the whole thing that Lilo almost drowned. But here, they kind of replaced that with the hospital scene. Because they put Lilo into the hospital. She was recovering. And I don't know why they had the hospital scene. It was stupid. And obviously, that's where the civil rights came in. And they said, we're going to take her tomorrow morning because she's no longer fit to take care of her because she doesn't have a job as well. And after that, obviously, this is the part where the councilwoman came in and told Jamba, you know, you failed to capture Stitch. You guys are going to be fired. And obviously, you know, they got fired, or they were going to get fired. In the animation, they got fired and they actually went out, you know, do Jumba's way. But in this one, Jumba had enough of Peakley of just policing him. And he's like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to do it my way now. I'm going to go get Stitch what I'm supposed to do the hard way. Okay. And he got the teleporting gun and he teleported himself out of there just to go get Stitch. Yeah, Bubbles and the lady go upstairs the next morning to go get her, but she escaped from her bedroom, so she's not there. And then Nani starts trying to search for her. Yeah, after the whole thing where basically Lilo left, she went to go back to the house because Nani left with the government guy. Okay. And basically, this is where Jumba comes in and basically is this huge battle. Yeah, destroying the house, basically, and because he was fighting Stitch.
Doesn't that happen in the anime too?
It does.
I remember
It happens, but this one's worse. Yeah, so basically, this is the part where he has the original gun, the ray, like the ray blast, and he was using the teleporting. They were fighting. Jumbo reveals that Stitch used Lilo for his protection. Okay. And basically, Lilo was basically all sad, but it looks like she doesn't really care.
Oh, no way. I believe it.
Yeah, in this part, it didn't feel like she didn't care at all.
Okay.
And obviously, this is the part where Jumbo takes Stitch aboard his spaceship using a portal, the portal gun.
Right.
Oh, no. This is where Jumbo takes Stitch into the spaceship, and then this is when Lilo sneaks aboard in the ship instead of the other way around. Because this is when Captain, Gantu shows up and captures both of them, but Stitch managed to escape in the animation one. Yeah. But in this one, is Lilo is the one saving Stitch. Because she snuck into Jumba's spaceship.
Yeah, okay. I got it.
Yeah, and Lilo ejected Jumba from the ship. Yeah, because Lilo, sneaks aboard and then he frees Stitch, and the Stitch actually presses a button. This is when Jumba, ejects him from the space, and then they crash to the ocean, which they crashed. This is the part where what's her name? The granny was talking to Bubbles about, like we should go out there and save them. And they took their cars over there to the beach and they followed the spaceship and where they crashed. So basically they were drowning. And Stitch managed to save Lilo from drowning. Oh yeah, okay. It makes sense. Because apparently, how they explained that how Stitch was, if he gets, drinking so much water, he becomes heavier. Okay. And this is the part where either he has to let go of Lilo, or he'll drag her down with him.
And then this is where Nani comes down.
Nani and David and rescue Lilo. Okay. But obviously Lilo was basically going all crazy, saying like, well, she's worried about Stitch. You got to go save him. But she kind of hesitates. Yeah, and David is rescuing Lilo, and then she goes back underwater to do her special hero moment. The whole rocks thing. Yeah. So basically, the spaceship landed somewhere far away from the island, and she has to go all the way down. She can't pick up Stitch, so she has to legitimately walk all the way back to the island. And basically, that Stitch should have died a long time ago. Because they were really far away from there.
Yeah, that's what he should have
And
done.
what about the waves? I don't think that's how it worked. Yeah. And it was the cleanest water I ever seen. Okay, bro. And don't you think there would be rocks in the way too? No, but she did this stupid thing that basically they walked all the way to the island. And basically she managed to save Stitch. And this is the part where basically Bubbles came back and basically rejoins the group and going like, all right, there's something coming. Apparently a spaceship comes out of nowhere. The Grand Counselor woman shows up.
Yeah. I forgot her name, but yeah.
Yeah, she arrives and basically she arrests Jumba. And Jumba was underneath he was still in the spaceship. Okay. And water should have got in by now. But he gets arrested there. Like they just see you see spaceship teleports him there, and he picks him back up, okay. Just like that. And I'm just like, wow, that you're not gonna put the moral of the story in?
Nope,
not at all. The only one who got more justification was Peakley, because Peakley was there, and he was reporting back to the counselor woman, basically telling her like, did he really have to like arrest Stitch? And obviously she said, yeah, of course we have to. It's supposed to be our job. And this is the part I just started losing very much interest, because they changed everything. Yeah. Because this is where the part where at least Stitch said, like, this is my family and all that good stuff. I
remember seeing that part. And they feel bad and stuff like that.
And then they made some sort of weird deal.
What was the deal?
The deal, if I remember correctly, the deal was so stupid that basically the councilwoman told Bubbles, like, if you keep our secret that, about aliens and, you won't tell the world about us, we will let Stitch stay. And I'm just thinking to myself, what are you talking about? This is a big ass spaceship like that just landed in the middle of the beach. People probably saw you. Even the satellites already saw you. And you're asking one CIA agent, Cobra Bubbles to actually keep a secret like that? And Cobra Bubbles like, yeah, I'll keep your secret.
Okay.
And I will watch over Stitch, for you guys. And then the councilwoman's like, yeah, you will. And then she said, look at Peakley, don't let him on my ship. And Jumbo was supposed to be there too.
But he got arrested?
Yeah, but he got arrested. So it doesn't matter. They arrested Jumbo instead. Peakley stayed for some reason. He has no reason to stay neither. So it was kind of ridiculous. After that, basically the whole house was destroyed. Now they're fixing it again. Now this is the part I remember the most because it pissed me off. This is the part where basically Stitch came back home and basically, what was the lady, the civil rights lady, shows up and tells Nani she's going to give Lilo into the system. Like she's going to take her away.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And obviously Nani was worried and she's like, no, we can't. And she was worried. But then guess who came out? Who's going to take care of them? The granny and David. They became grandparents, I guess. They became guardian owner of Lilo.
That's stupid.
Exactly. David and the granny? I'm like, what? Are you serious? I was shocked at this point. And they tried making this Juana thing like something different.
Yeah.
It's not even tradition anymore. It's like Juana means sometimes you gotta let go to better understand yourself. Something like that along the lines.
To child services help.
Exactly. Just so Nani could have a future in going to the University of California.
Okay, that's what I heard.
Marine biology.
So she's leaving.
And you know what's funny? Disney did not actually did the research because apparently, I guess Hawaii has a marine biologist for free for Hawaiians. And I'm like, are you dumb?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either, but that's what people were saying. And it was ridiculous. So this is the part where they ruined the whole plot of the whole story.
Family.
Is you're not supposed to be together. You're supposed to let them go.
That is
like, I know what you're trying to do.
I know. Now I know what people want to know.
I know what you're trying to do, but that's stupid. Juana means no one gets left behind or forgotten. That's what it means. Juana. But you change that. It's more like you will forget your family and you will like it because for yourself. And they changed that to become a marine biologist?
Yeah.
Exactly. And obviously for some reason, after that, she left Lilo. She went to go to California.
She was literally not going to.
She said, yeah, exactly. She was never supposed to say that, but she left. And they said her farewell. She went on the plane to California and she left.
That's stupid.
And then Lilo is there with her new family. For some reason, Cobra Bubbles and Peakley were there on the couch. And you just see Bubbles going upstairs and going. Because he was hearing noises. Because guess what? Nani made a surprise appearance that she has the portal gun that Jumbo had. So now she could teleport back to her room to there.
That's stupid.
And then for some reason she's hiding from Cobra Bubbles. It didn't make any sense. I was like, why are you hiding from Cobra Bubbles? You just have alien technology. It's like you're almost not leaving her behind anyway. Why are you hiding from it? Because apparently they made a joke that Cobra Bubbles like saying, you better not be on your TikToks or whatever you call them. It was bad. It was really bad. And Stitch was there too. Like sleeping, pretend sleeping. And he was, happy that she's back. And basically they giggled and basically they were on the bed and then Cobra Bubble was like, wow, you're really growing.
Oh my God.
And this is where you're supposed to clap. Because it ended. Yeah, it ended. It was bad. It was not something that I wish I would have seen because basically I even was forgetting a lot of this stuff and I wish I forget. That's why I watched the animation one again to refresh in my memory. And that was basically the best part of it is me going back to reminding me there is actually a better film than this one. Maybe that's their whole strategy and it's working. And that's what it is. So basically, this is definitely going to get a second one for sure.
Yeah, because of all the money it made.
Exactly. So obviously, I'm pretty sure Captain Gantu is going to be in the second one. It has to be. There's no freaking way. I know the story is going to be about Gantu letting Jumba escape by accident.
Yeah.
He's going to get depromoted, and then it's going to be him going to be the villain, and Jumba is going to get some sort of redemption arc. That's the only way I could see it kind of working. But I think they already fuck up. Because in the second one, it's Lilo and Stitch in the animation that Stitch got a glitch. That he actually dies in the second one. But, the power of love and friendship, really makes it. Yeah, the second one wasn't as good. But if they can make it better than that, I'll give them props.
Highly doubt it.
But we're talking about Disney here. I don't believe them. And the worst part is, how are you going to try to make this? You got to make this right away because Lilo, or the actress, is going to grow.
Yeah. So they'd have to cash in like 2 years. Max.
A year max. Because, growth spurts happen really faster. So I don't know what they're going to do with the second one. Are they going to recast? I doubt it. Yeah, so it's more likely they have to announce this probably in a couple of months. I'm going to have my doubts now.
Stitch has a glitch.
Yeah. So I don't think this is a very good movie. If you like this movie, I recommend to go back and see the animation one because you are really missing out. Because I don't think I ever heard anybody say that this is better than the animation. And if you think so, I think you're a liar. Honestly and truthfully. I could see why this was supposed to be in Disney Plus one. Disney Plus, and it's supposed to be a movie that was meant for it, but the higher-ups decided otherwise.
Didn't you want to make some money?
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, it worked. Yeah. It worked. But it's going to bring the bad messages. Like Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft was better.
So yeah, there goes another childhood memory of mine. And I'm not looking forward for the future of Lilo and Stitch. I really don't care. I don't want to talk about this no more. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be seeing you in the next movie review. Later guys.